And one. Alright. Let me fix my settings a little bit more. Music. One of these days you should play some of your music. Now
You got some.
that'll be good. That'll be good. I have the free stuff, the super free stuff.
Yeah. Is there a delay?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Podcast 14 July. I might as well put hashtag happy birthday.
Yeah, put your birthday. Shout it out.
Shout it out. There it is. There it is. All right. Let's get to the main link here. Boom, boom. Announcements. Birthday stream podcast. That's weird. All right. Ready to rock and roll?
I'm good, yeah.
All right, and boom. All right, everybody. Oops, wrong button. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Magic in the Morning. This is Spencer, and I am joined with Alex, your number one place for tips and tricks for free to play here on Magic the Gathering Arena. All right, today we are welcoming back good old Mr. B. What's up, Alex?
What's up, Spencer? How are you?
So far, so good, man. I'm glad to just be happy and having you here.
Glad to be the special guest once again.
You know, you're always a special guest. You're always a special guest, baby. All right. So today, cracking up on another good old podcast. We have two subjects I kind of want to knock out. The first one is going to be this past weekend's Red Bull Untapped, followed by today's good old unbanning. So let's go ahead and look at today's Red Bull Untapped. Were you able to play in any of this?
I did not get to play in any Magic tournaments this weekend, unfortunately. I definitely would have liked to. But too much sun in San Diego right now.
Too much going on?
Too much sun.
Sun.
Too nice.
It's like I like going outside and doing activities, and Magic the Gathering does the opposite of that.
Correct. But yeah, there was a big tournament. Looks cool.
No. We actually, before we did this, we actually had some homework. Did you do a little bit of your homework? Do you remember what it was?
I was tasked with playing mono green, Stompy.
How'd that go for you?
Yeah, I played a good amount of Stompy this weekend amongst some other decks, and yeah, a lot of wins. Good. It's a good deck. It's powerful on every spot in the curve, and I think it's definitely a tier 1.5. It's not a tier 1 deck.
Anything that surprised you in the deck? Anything that was good? Anything that was not good?
Typical aggro deck. You know, you don't want to flood out or get bottlenecked on your mana, but you know, if you have experience playing aggro and you know when to mulligan and when not to, especially with the new mulligan system, then yeah, I highly recommend this one. Primal Might overperformed, and I like the Scavenging Oozes as well.
Yeah, I do like the green Stompy deck. I really don't like Primal Might. It feels very unfair. It feels like mono green is just a secret mono red deck.
Yeah, it's like a 1 mana removal spell usually when I was playing it, with the upside of being a kind of a giant fireball. So it was kind of a cool spell on both aggro and on the more mid-rangey control matchups. You put it on a Trampler or something like a Stonecoil Serpent.
Yeah.
It's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah. I was thinking if I should play this deck. I really did like this this good old Ram Throughs and Primal Mites. What is this Rangers got? Ram Through is also pretty busted. I think that Ram Through and Primal Mite really was able to put this deck on the map. And then the Planeswalkers as well. Nisa, who's always a staple in any deck that has green, followed
Oh yeah,
by the other with the newer Vivian, the M20 Vivian.
yeah,
Is
that one's really nice.
um,
I'm not sure when that one rotates, but it's gonna be yeah. That's a tough one to lose.
did you have this Vivian in your deck?
Oh yeah, I think I did four. I think I ran four of. I didn't run the Nisa in my build. I didn't see that build honestly. Looks like some innovation there, but yeah, I think I had the three Vivian Arkbow Rangers. The Gem Razors, the Pelt Collectors, the Love Strucks, the Barkhide Trolls, Serpent for sure, and then Primal Mite. I didn't have four of either. I think I shaved a few, but yeah, definitely want to have that Planeswalker in there.
Yeah. I thought that when we were talking about this deck, this was going to be your look. As much as I want to play it, I decided to play. My homework was actually the dogs deck, and that deck is bad. there's no there's no other way of putting it. There's no other way of putting it. It's bad. And I don't know if you know this, but it was also the Friday Night Magic. It was the dogs versus cats deck. I don't know if you
Right.
saw that. Did you
I
play
did see
that?
that one.
Yeah, it was dogs versus cats, and uh, I don't know what was more superior. Anybody there in the chat know which one was better, the dogs or the cats? I don't know. I just know that it was dogs versus cats, and people were all about it. People were all about it.
Yeah. The tier, the theme, you know, catching popularity despite being a little behind competitively.
All right, cool. So for the that dogs deck, it was cute on turn one. It was cute in game one, but you're really tutoring up for commons, and you flood your hand with commons. Uh, and late game, drawing a commons, drawing these dogs against Euro or sacrifice deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just not cute. It was just not cute at all.
The game is lacking a little, or
Yeah, late game was lacking a lot. It needed what's the you remember in cycling deck when they had the flare? They're like do
yeah,
exact yeah, like it needed a beater card like that or Winota, something like that. Right? It really needed a finisher, and
yeah.
it just didn't have a finisher. It just had a super cool getcha trick that most aggro decks had, but
What
it
was the
was
get?
no. It was just trying to get mobilize its creatures on top of the table as soon as it
Right.
can, as fast as it can, and that was cool. But it didn't have like a finisher. It just didn't have a finisher, a clean finisher to just win.
How would you
Uh,
compare it with mono red?
I would say mono red because of Anax and Embercleave. Uh, the red the dog deck had Embercleave. Everyone is expecting it, but in mono red had Anax, which I felt gave the deck kind of that like protection, like at least the layer where you get to hold back a few cards, uh, and your bros turn into a little bit more powerful, especially with the Castle Embercleave.
Yeah, and the annex replaces like most of your board state,
Yeah,
which is really nice.
yeah, and
So
it
they're comparable annex in the dogs deck, is what you're saying?
yeah, it's just it doesn't hit it like the dogs did, because you still have to
Right.
play the dogs after post wrath, post sweeper. You would have to play more cards down,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't make up for someone sweeping you on turn four, and then you get a bunch of tokens, and then you turn around, you attack them, and then hit them with the Embercleave. Like that is just good.
Or just, activate that castle, like you said.
Yeah, Castle, Embercleave. It was just red's a better deck.
Yeah, I think so too. I think mono green has similar problem, where they can run out of steam going into that late game, but every creature you draw can deal such huge chunks of damage that I think I would give it the nod over the Dogs deck. But I don't know if it's per se better than Mono Red, because Embercleave is quite a beautiful card.
I agree. All right. Let's check out this.
Overall, though, aggro, I just don't feel like it's strong enough right now, unless you consider Rakdos Sack aggro.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, right. Maybe. It kind of is. It kind of is, right?
Closest we got.
It's all we got.
Red Black Sack.
It's all we got.
You like aggro? That's all we got.
That's all we got. It's all we got. It's all we got.
Yeah, I was leaned a little bit on the Red Black Sack deck again this weekend when I started to take some L's with my experiments. I tried a dog deck a little bit, and I tried another deck. But the Red Black Sack is just so resilient. And it has so many little cute combos in there. I really like the I think it's called the Death Dweller, where you bring back up to 3 mana worth of creatures.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
You can get back the Mayhem Devil, and the creatures get a menace and a death touch counter. So you can give your Mayhem Devil death touch and start doing the thing that way.
Yeah.
Which is I didn't think about that honestly, but now that I have, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's silly. That's also a super cool trick in the historic mono red deck. I don't know if you saw this. So there's a mono red deck floating in historic where they put in Call of the Death Dweller. And I don't know if you know how tricky or how cool that is. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen the historic one. I know there's a lot of people testing historic lately for the upcoming tournaments. Open.
So how it works is you go, it's typical mono red, right? But they play it like a combo deck. It's very similar to Goblin Bidding. Do you remember Goblin Bidding?
Ooh.
That's a long time ago. That's probably like I was like I'm an old man when it comes to this game. So what it was, there's a card called Patriarch's Bidding, 5 mana, choose a creature type. All players, is it all players or just you? But even though it says all players, choose a creature type, then whatever's in the graveyard, they all come back into play.
Okay.
So whatever you can assume, Goblin Bidding.
Right. I do remember that deck. You bring all your goblins back on one crazy turn, kind of like a Rally of the Ancestors.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, cool. Here's all my goblins. Win the game, right? So it's kind of like that idea. What they do is they go Call the Death Dweller, then they bring back 2 cards specifically, right? They either bring back the 1/1 dude that taps sacks and does 1 damage, or they bring back the Chain Whirler, and then they give one of those guys Death Touch, and it just kills everything.
Oh yeah, Chain Whirler comes into play. Nice.
Yeah, it just
cool. Yeah, that Chain Whirler combination seems
busted.
Really, yeah,
broke.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it made mono red deck like not your typical red deck. That makes any sense.
Good combo. I like that. Worst case, that's like best case. Worst case, you get a couple of guys back. I'm assuming.
Yeah, right. And then depending on the situation, you could just nab whatever's in the yard and then win the game. Right.
Nice.
So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and check out some of this cool Red Bull Untapped tournament. All right, let's look at some of this. 53% win rate for the Teferi decks. Night Pack Ambusher. I hate that card, by the way.
What? I thought you loved that card. The card I could see you playing. I could see you playing blue-green Flash with that.
That card seems so greedy. That card seems so like gotcha.
To get you, it got you.
All right, let's look at some of these lists here. All right, top of the list, of course, we got Bat Rap, followed by Timur, and mono green aggro. I did not see that coming up. That's insane.
Yeah, mono green is on the up and up.
Look, you're playing a tier deck. So
Didn't even know it.
these three decks here were the three decks that we were talking about last week. I didn't know Sultai was going to make it to the top either.
Sultai and Rakdos has kind of fallen off a bit.
Sultai, Sacrifice, Gen B. What are some of them?
Done.
Mono
B.
Mono white aggro.
Yeah, I think until rotation, I mean, Bant, Ramp, and Timur Rec are going to be your clear number 1 and number 2 decks. Depending on the week, one is going to be stronger than the other. Just because Timur Reclamation represents that polar end of the metagame. It just does the biggest and best thing. And it doesn't necessarily have to kill you with the explosion, which is that X spell. It could also kill you with the Shark's NATO and a bunch. It has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. It can go into the Nighthook Ambusher, flash game. So people have really figured out how to juke move the format with this, which is great. It makes it a great deck. And it's common for this to happen once you have 8 sets out, and these cards have been around for almost 2 years now.
You're gonna play what works. You're gonna play with what you know. Yeah. You're gonna play with what wins.
What right? And when it comes to a serious tournament, I wouldn't disagree with anyone that decided to sleeve up those 2 decks. They're just powerful decks, man. They win games. I remember. Go ahead.
No, it's serious. These serious decks you want to play competitively. You can't be goofing around with your mono green aggro.
I was playing mono green, and I thought I had him. A questing beast got him down to 2, and then he just made a 24/24 Sharknado, and I died on my end step.
and then people are like running main deck dummy Aether Gust, and I'm like, okay, that's a fair card.
Yeah. Aether Gust is all over the main deck. It's good against Bant, Timur, mono green, Sultai.
The mirror. It's good
every deck in the top 8. It can be good against, except for mono black.
This mono black aggro had a little bit of presence. It's really just this.
Aether Gust is the best card printed in M21.
Which one? Which one?
Aether Gust.
Oh yeah.
Hands down, great card. Does a bunch of things. It's the real deal. Main deckable. You're not main deck your guys right now. Gotta ask yourself why.
It's like if your deck can't main deck Aether Gust, you have to ask yourself why.
Yep. If your deck can't play Growth Spiral or Aether Gust, you gotta reevaluate. Think about what you're doing. If you're playing in a competitive environment, if you're playing for fun on the ladder, go crazy, do whatever.
But you need 4. I am mad at you. It's like, but your deck needs to run 4 and 4.
I do the same thing. I'm tired of playing Bant and Timur Rec too. I want to try new decks.
I want to play other colors, y'all. I want to play the black colors and the red colors. That's why people are playing mono black, because they're just sick of that Bant Ram.
I think though with the monos, mono black, mono green, mono red, I think with aggro right now, the support dual land, which is the scry lands, they are not doing enough to help aggressive strategies. You really want to have a Rootbound Crag or any type of untapped dual land, whether it's dealing damage to you or whatever. You need 8, 8 of those ideally. So we don't have that, so people are going mono. Or you can go with the humans has the tri-land too. But yeah, it's tough out there for an aggro player.
Yeah, I remember you bringing that up a few weeks ago when you said when aggro decks, they survive off of the mana base. And I think WotC doesn't want to really expand on their mana base. This is going to give control decks or decks to become more give a bigger atmosphere for control, right? Because that's what you do. If you try to correct the mana base for one, it's going to affect other parts of the meta. And but aggro suffers if you don't give it a mana base. And when you
Yeah.
just brought up knights, knights is a really has a really good mana base. Black, red, and white, like it's amazing. It's so good. That Triland, and then they tried to correct it with the keynomes, the trinomes,
Yeah.
trinomes, right? With the trinomes, but that
I,
that that one play coming into turn tapped doesn't help your turn one dude. Like I've been playing a red green. I've been playing Gruul, and when I have to play a tapped green land with my pelt collector in the pocket, it's super sad phase. I'll tell you what.
right. And not only that, maybe sometimes you aren't gonna have your pelt collector, but it still might be tough to even play your turn 2 robber or your turn 2 the goblin. That's a 3/3 for 2. It's a red and a green.
ZGG, or ZGG.
Yeah, that guy. And you need to cast those guys on time because you're already going to be behind on the late game, and the temple is just not cutting it.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, mono it is, which is fine. They printed a lot of great monocolor creatures. Green has this absurd amount of high-powered, low mana cost guys that you could just run, which makes it kind of a one-trick pony. But it's a really good one.
It's a real good trick. It's a real good trick. It's the only one you need. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek in a few of these lists here. The clear. I have a feeling that everybody's list is going to look very, very similar to Homeboy's here. Negates, main deck negates, main deck.
Main deck backs.
Which one?
Night packs are main deck. Two of them.
Oh yeah. It used to be a staple board card. Now it's a staple main deck card.
2 main, 2 side, probably. Is there 2 more on the side? No.
No. He just puts
4
it in
on the side. Interesting.
I know. I was just looking at that. This guy probably wants to surprise aggro decks.
What's that all about?
It's probably for aggro. You know, the any red decks or any Gruuls or mono blacks. Like you want to get rid of your critters. And this is a way better card than Shock. So,
yeah,
and then as soon as you smack their creature, you have a 4/3 wall that can attack, especially if all your other creatures miss, or you're waiting for Euro to come back from the yard. I typically see that. Yeah, I typically see that. All right, look at this. First and second are Timur. Get out of here.
Mirror match.
Right, get out of here with that. Let's check out this bet.
Javier Dominguez.
Who?
Javier Dominguez is second place. He's the one that won the Pro Tour like a bunch of times last year.
Word? All right, look him up. All right, let's look at this dude. Third place, man. This Bant Ramp.
Bant Ramp looks pretty standard. The Joe Royale is becoming a staple.
That card is busted, man. I'm so mad at this card. I am so mad at this card in every which way because it's too good. It's too good.
It's the same as the cycling guy. You know the 3/1 cycling guy?
Yeah, but better because it has like this little overrun.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
And then the 2/2s.
I was thinking of throwing Joriel in the cycling deck because every time you cycle on your turn, at least you get a guy, and if you cycle twice on their turn, you get a guy.
Is this innovation? Is this innovation I hear?
It's theory crafting. But
is this innovation?
Is it innovation?
I don't know, Alex. I'm asking you, is it innovation?
If you're watching, try that out. Comment, post.
Let us know what y'all think. That's a good idea. Joriel.
Naya cycling with Joriel. Boros, but add the Naya. Add the green.
How about this? Play it in historic. Okay? Play it in historic.
Whoa,
tell me what you think.
Historic?
Play it in historic. Tell me what you think. And then bring it into standard. That's the playground, Alex. That's the playground.
Hey, historic is getting more competitive every day.
Look at this. Look at this. This is hey. This is your favorite card right here, right here, baby, right here. This is
Oh, Baneslayer.
that was good
Yeah,
then.
Baneslayer. And it's interesting. They threw a Baneslayer over a what's the new Baneslayer? Um, it's the blue-white one.
Oh,
Prob-
Dream Trawler.
Yeah.
Dream Trawler's
Interesting.
Dream Trawler's 1 mana slower, and you
But
have to
it's
yeah.
unkillable almost.
Then why did they put in Baneslayer?
They obviously never lost to a Dream Trawler before. I have. Not fun.
I lose to Dream Trawler all the time. I put him on red, man. Like
What do you do when Dream Trawler comes down? Do you just
you just you just cry a little bit, and then you just like you rope your opponent like 2 or 3 minutes, and then you just wait. You just wait until they concede, but they don't, and then you concede.
Oh, you're that guy, huh?
You just you know the good game guy or the nice.
You're the guy that's roping for 2 minutes. I don't ever want to play you.
It's like nice. You know the emote nice.
Oh gosh, I'm mute emotes. I
It's
couldn't
like-
handle that.
Nice. Good game.
Give me
Nice.
no chat or give me nothing.
It's like good game. Nice. Good game. Nice.
But yeah, Baneslayer is one mana less. It's not blue too. You just got to have the double white. And it worked back then, so it should work now.
All right.
Honestly.
It's the first strike, honestly. I think the first strike.
What's that Sublime Epiphany? That looks like a new one to me. I don't remember.
You have
what
not
that
seen
was.
this card? It's the new Cryptic Command. You haven't seen this?
Whoa, can you zoom that? I can't see it on the stream. Okay.
It's the new Cryptic Command.
Whoa. Counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered. Return. You can do all of them.
Yeah.
6 mana. Wow. So that looks like a fun one to use.
It's busted.
Has anyone ever cast that against you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't
Did you
seen
immediately scoop in too?
it. When I first saw it is when I realized how much blue is never gonna be not the favorite color.
Yeah. Blue's always the favorite son, the favorite child.
It's like just read this. Just 2 of these is good, right? They
Yeah.
could.
It's a good 2 of, especially in a growth spiral deck and an Uro deck. Like I said, this all changes once growth spiral rotates. Finally, knock on wood. But yeah, while you can ramp, why not do crazy stuff like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Create a token, draw a card, counter, bounce, counter that activated ability too.
Make a copy of that Baneslayer.
So yeah, so if a spell like if casting a spell triggers another ability, you can counter the spell and the triggered ability, and then do 3 other things.
bouncing
That's
a thing, making a token, and draw a card.
White can't even get a 2/2 for 1.
I know, right? And
Bad day.
and mono green can't even play Llanowar Elf or nothing like this. Like we can't aggro decks can't play turn 1 creatures.
New. They do not need any new toys.
Mono goes aggro decks can't even play turn 1, turn 2 creatures, and mono blue gets this kind of card. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how you
Anyway,
haven't seen.
I want to read that one. That one seemed cool. I like how it's bigger too right now. This is good.
Oh, you like it bigger right there? All right.
Yeah, I'm just seeing from the stream side.
Well, I
It's
got
kinda
you. Turn it up a little bit.
Oh, they got one Llanowar Visionary too. I like that guy.
I know. What is that guy?
It's Llanowar Elf meets Elvish Visionary, literally. They literally combined the 2 cards and made them 1 card. Combined the power, the toughness, the abilities, the mana.
It's Llanowar Elf meets Elvish
Yeah.
Visionary.
Exactly that.
Llanowar Visionary.
They combine the names, probably even combine the lore.
Or the flavor text.
flavor text too.
They're like, look, it's an elf. This is hilarious.
It's an elf druid. It's a 2/2 now because it's combined.
They just put it.
But yeah, I think they put one in there for fun. I wonder how good it was.
I think it was good enough for him to ramp into it. Like, let's say you missed, right? Let's say you missed your growth spiral, or you hit it, right?
Yeah.
Like that could have been his fifth spot growth spiral.
Or it's probably like instead of having the fourth Uro, because on when you miss the growth spiral, typically you want to just do the Uro instead.
That's true
too.
You
get yourself off the turn 5 mana, so maybe, and you don't want that many legendaries. So I guess I could see one Lano or Visionary.
Yeah, you could probably just take a beating for a little bit, and then you could hit.
Interesting.
Opt.
They're really staying with the ops now.
This guy had a pretty silly list.
Yeah, his list seemed really tuned for the weekend, even though he lost against Team Iraq.
I mean, he got third. He thought he had something spicy.
He had one more Diovin's veto maybe in the side, or
a veto in the board. Yeah.
It's hard because they have the Shark Typhoons too, so you have to be able to deal with those. Which I like Brazen Borrower for that.
Yeah.
He only has Teferi, you can deal with it too, but sometimes they can still hit it on their end step and dodge Teferi.
It's true. That's very, very true.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like this list has many ways to deal with a big shark once the reclamation comes into play. But overall, I like it. It looks like it does a lot of work on aggro decks.
Yeah, I think that's the key to, I believe, the weekend, and probably where Magic is at this current meta, is to win the mirror and win against aggro, right? Like, those are the two things that's happening, because none of these are control decks. Like, none of them are control decks. All of them are combo decks, and they're designed to beat aggro. Like, that's the whole point. And yeah. So aggro's not going to survive, and then the only other cards in standard, and remember, standard is focused on winning with creatures. Like, that's how you win, right? You win with bros. So if you're not winning with creatures, you have to really wonder how messed up the meta is at this current time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and see what else we have up here. Batrack, Simic Ramp, Simic. Which Simic list is this? Cultivate's busted. I can't believe that card made a comeback.
Cultivate is great.
This just feels like, dude, Simic Ramp just feels like you just wanted an excuse to play Ugin.
You just didn't have Teferi?
That's true. It's like you just didn't have Teferi.
You didn't have Teferi. You were down a couple ECDs, Elspeth Conqueror's deaths.
ECD,
you do get to pump up more Ugin, and you got the Blast Zone, which I actually like Blast Zone. But overall, it is very similar to Bant Ramp. Just a little better mana, and you get the Blast Zones, and the Ugins are your more focused on the Ugin
trick.
That's what the cultivates are gonna make sure that you hit that Ugin for sure.
Yeah, and then the minus doesn't hit your tokens. Doesn't mean you hit your tokens, so that's cool. Except for your Sharknado token, but that's fine. If you cast a Sharknado, you'll be straight. Especially you go Sharknado into super cool Ugin, right? Then you get a token and you get an Ugin. And it's just, this card's too good. Cards are just too good in Magic. It's ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. I can't. All right.
But yeah, I don't really see anything too exciting to talk about. Yeah.
Mono green aggro, we just talked about that, but look at this guy, 4-color reclamation, huh?
Ichin Kalkano made it into the top 8 with 4-color rec. Let's check it out. What's that 4th color bringing to the table? And the answer is white for Teferi Time Raveler. When you thought it was going to be innovative, but yet it's more of the staples right at the...
He said when he thought it was going to be...
That's not a bad idea. Why not add 3 Teferis to your Team Rec deck?
it's
Being good.
Teamer Rex splash Teferi. Or
What's that?
splash
Solar Blaze
three
on the
fairy.
sideboard?
Which one?
Solar Blaze? Is that what I think it is?
Removal, huh? Each creature, it's your wrath, it's your sweeper.
That's a nice one. That's gonna do some damage. And it's pretty much a,
Ooh, they have a Kenny.
ooh, you get to get Kenny in the sideboard. And Devout Decree. I think these are good additions. I don't know how I feel about the mana base, but
Seems super greedy.
it could be, yeah, it seems a little greedy. But that Teferi is what's gonna win you the mirrors a lot of the time. A lot of the time, the Wilderness Reclamation decks are shut off by Teferi, Stone Cold. It stops you from being able to do the double tap, and it bounces the Reclamation itself, so it puts you back like.
Oh, I think we have. Yeah.
You're just gonna be too slow against the aggro decks sometimes with all these Taplings and Temple Gardens, and too painful.
I think that's what put him in what fifth, eighth, top 8, and not top 3. Right?
Maybe he lost against mono green.
Maybe he just couldn't hit it. Look at his main deck, Aether Gust. We talked about it.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm putting 3 in my main deck nowadays.
I think we're gonna go mono red splash Aether Gust. That's what I'm gonna do. Mono red splash Aether Gust and just get these Tamir decks. They're not gonna see it coming.
That'd be spicy.
Alright. Rack Sacrifice. Racksack made it into the top 8.
Of course it did. Always won.
Right. This is the mono red deck of the format, right?
Is there any innovation here?
No.
That's pretty common now. Village Rites, Call of the Death Dweller, Woe Strider. This looks like an aggressive build. It has the Dreadhorde Butchers and the Gutter Bones.
It has the Rotting Register on the board. Yeah.
This is the aggro deck of the format.
Yeah.
Right here. If you're watching and you're like, I want to play aggro, but I don't know where to start. Start right here.
As long as
2-1 for 1, 4 of, and then followed up by a 1/1 haste. That gets bigger. You got aggro cards in this deck for sure.
And the mana base is good. The mana base is good, y'all. The mana base is great. The fact that you have this card, it's good. This card is the bomb, everyone. I love this card.
It runs away with games sometimes, you know?
No. It just gets away with it. Like, Dreadhorde Butcher, thank goodness it gets bigger when you hit a Planeswalker, because I swear if it didn't, this card would be bad.
That would be so terrible if it didn't.
Yeah. No.
I like that they've done that with a lot of the new cards. They've said player or Planeswalker quite often, because they got to give us something, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Riding Reggie's in the sideboard to get even more aggressive. I love that.
Reggie. But yeah, this is the same. It's the same build. It's very 1, 2, 3 ABC.
Yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3 knockout punch deck. It has that little bit of reach that you should need with the Cauldron Familiar, the Mayhem Devil, and the Priest, along with the Judith, actually. So this deck is doing all the right things to be a good aggro deck and to also have a plan B.
I think, yeah, there's no special tricks here. Ooh, what do you know? There is a special trick. that's a specialist trick right there.
Oh god! Didn't even know that card was legal.
It's an M21. It made a comeback. Look, it said.
My brown still from extended.
You're like, hey, I have this cool trick with your euros in the graveyard.
Yeah, it's nice that up. But it's also such. I've always never been a fan of Tormod's Crypt personally.
I know you hate that card.
I lost in the finals of a PTQ when I had 2 Tormod's Crypt in play against the Hogak deck, and I still lost. So I just confident in Tormod's Crypt, just because I like to get some sort of value, like a Relic of Progenitus, where you can draw that card, or there's even one that's legal right now that lets you draw a card as well.
I know the card you choose over Tormod's Crypt would be was it Fair Macabre, where it's like gotcha.
I like that one. That one's at least a trick. Yeah.
Or what's the one from the graveyard? Bajuka Bog. Remember that one? The land.
Fog, yeah, the tap land that exiles the opponent's graveyard. That's a good one as well.
And that was heck of value too because it comes into play and it gives you a land. Like that card's already good.
And yeah, you can search it out. You can get them with instant speed. But yeah, that's a whole nother format. But yeah, there's one eliminate. There's the new card.
That card is busted. I think this is what helped put mono black making sense. Right, the eliminate.
It destroys the guy we just talked about, Uro. That's what makes it really nice.
Yeah. It destroys Uro and 3 fairy to fuzzle.
And 3 fairy. Oh,
yeah, 3 fairy.
My God. Did you see that it says Planeswalker? I did not know that.
This card is busted. It gets rid of 3 fairy. So
that's all you really need.
Yeah, yeah. This is what makes this card's sugar and spice. Right?
What it doesn't kill though, Night Pack Ambusher.
It doesn't kill the 4 fairy.
Night Pack Ambusher.
Night Pack Ambusher. It doesn't kill 4 fairy. It doesn't kill. What else it doesn't kill? The what's any 4 mana creatures? What's a good 4 mana creature? Questing Beast.
Yeah, good analyzation.
Right. Everybody, it pretty much anybody that matters. That's why he has 1 in the board. Oh, he has 1 in the deck. He just has 1. But it kills Ugin.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, not Ugin. It kills Euro. That's what it kills. All right. Everybody looks like
anything that's shaking up the format here that we can. I mean, I appreciate the format being so defined, but I'm seeing a lot of the same, and it's kind of depressing, honestly.
Super sad.
I want to. Oh, that's Turo Saito, Team Erect.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Mono red, it's there. He made it.
This guy, top 16.
Project Norris, Brandon Caldwell, you made it.
You made it. We out here. We out here. We out here.
Oh.
Look at this. This guy has a pretty spice list.
Oh, this is nice. I like this.
It's a very straightforward.
This is all you right here.
I'm just looking at his. So where the deck really starts to shine, where it starts to make sense, people either do the Embercleave and the Torbread. Now the surgence of Embercleave going to the 4 spot is becoming much more popular, and Torbread being at the 2 or 3 spot. It used to be 4 and 4, but now it's Torbread at 3. And then everything else is kind of optional, especially with Shock. So Shock, this Shock spot is either Shock or...
Yeah, what's the flex? What are the flex spots here?
Yeah, the flex spots are Shock with the 1/1 Goblin that can be unblockable. What's the name? Yeah, what's the
he doesn't mean that,
Yeah, so it's either that guy or Shock, and Shock would hit the board if that was the case. Sabalt and Chandra are typically going to be in the deck, one or the other. This guy had both. Chandra's he went he went the typical route where you didn't want to you don't want to lose to your sweepers. He is missing the 3/1 protection from white guy.
Oh, is that guy good right now?
That guy, I don't think he matters as much as he used to against mono white blue control. And Bat Ramp doesn't have any doesn't know white, right? So I could see why people don't use him anymore. But this is a pretty straightforward list. Very, very straightforward.
That's the card I would run over Tormod's script though. Soul Guide Lantern. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah. Look, this guy knew what's up. This guy knew exactly what was up.
You know, if you don't need to mess with the graveyard, just draw yourself a card and get ahead. I love those value cards that also double as hate cards.
That's gonna be your phrase. I love those value cards that double up as hate cards.
Give me some value. Give me some hate.
That's gonna be your saying. That's it. I love those cards.
He bought the same thing. Gives you some value. Gives you some hate.
Right. There it is. It is.
There it is. Give me some value. Give me some hate.
It's true. It's true. All right. guy made it into the mono red, and I think that's look at that, and everyone's the same.
Wait,
How
there's
boring?
one we
What?
missed.
What we miss?
What's the soul tie? What's the latest with the soul tie decks?
We're gonna look for. We're gonna look at all the lists that made it in the.
There's not that many, that's the crazy thing.
But which one?
Oh, why is this a soul tie? This is a 4-color. They got Teferi in there. They got Casualties of War. Okay. They got Jorial. Big Daddy Dragon.
Big Daddy Dragon. Big Daddy Dragon.
Ugin is Big Daddy Dragon.
Big Daddy Dragon, bro.
Casualties, Heartless Act on the board. Thought Distortion, 3 of. Wow. That is a real.
The get what? Exile all. What? What is this card? What is this card? What is this card?
That's a Getcha Gotcha card.
How do you get you gotcha with them?
You can't counter it, so it resolves. Let's start with that. But yeah, I think it exiles all their non-creature, non-land cards in their hand and graveyard. So you get their Uros, you get their hand, you get everything.
You did their whole hand. Their whole hand. You just get rid of except for the land. You get to keep that. You get to keep that. You can keep. Nobody wants that.
Really? So he's ramping out to this against Teamer probably, and then just hitting them with it.
Because they're gonna want to hold their ball and bomb cards. They're
gonna hit you with an explosion, then you're gonna untap and hit him with this. That's what I see. Extinction Event is sweeper in the sideboard too.
Choosing odd.
Doing whatever's clever, yeah.
Ooh. What do you think about that's the Big Daddy card right there? That's the biggest daddy card right there.
That's the blue one you just showed, except black.
That's the for real Big Daddy card right there.
Yeah, I think sometimes this card is amazing, and sometimes you just kill a land and that's it, and you're like, okay.
I think, and then this is just a bias. This is my mono red bias, is that this card is so busted against mono red. It's like, gonna get rid of your Ember Cleave, gonna get rid of your Castle Embereth. I'm gonna get rid of your
enchantment.
Yeah, it gets rid of Anaxus's enchantment, and it gets rid of your creature, right? So it's like
your Corbin, Annex. If you have all this out though, that's what I'm thinking.
Ember Cleave and the Castle Embereth. That's crazy good. And out of the board, if this is in the hand still, someone can get rid of one of my planeswalkers. So this card is amazing and a half.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great one. When it works, it works. Great. Yep. But
yeah, this guy has a pretty straightforward list. Nothing too exciting.
Let's look at the one other Sultai and see if it's a more regular Sultai list, and then we can end up on the bannings, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
That's coming. He's a beast.
There you go. Oh. Where'd it go? Where did my list go? Oh, here you go. Here it is. Here it is. I found it.
Oh, here we go. I think there was another Sultai.
But this one? This guy, Daniela Tristan?
Yeah, let's see. I don't think he's flashing white. Or maybe they are. Maybe that's the new thing today. Sultai now includes white.
Sultai splash white.
Yeah.
No, this guy had 4 Casualties of War in the main.
Nice. So he's all in on the Casualties of War.
And then Thought Distortion, he found out about that too.
That's his only black main card. And the Thought Distortion.
He had Cries for aggro. Oh, Ritual Suit. This guy was mad against aggro decks.
He had a lot of board cards against the aggro decks for sure.
Yeah. Elder Spell against Mirror. That's pretty good. I think this card is actually super broke. I think that it's a very underrated card, and I think it was just too. It seems too powerful. You get to kill planeswalkers, especially against Super Friends. I think this card is just busted beyond all belief.
Yeah, in the right moments, it's really great, and especially if you can put extra counters on your own planeswalker as well.
I don't see nothing really shaking up the format here, except for something new with Thought Distortion and Casualties of War. I think that's
Yeah.
where it started getting really fun.
We can talk about the bands and end it there, but I just don't know too much about the other formats. I haven't played them in a while, but I can talk about them for a bit.
Yeah, let's check them out. Boom. All right, guys. Next up on the list is we're going to talk about the July 13 bannings. So here in Japan, it is July 14. It's my birthday, so I decided to hop on here with Alex. We're gonna have a good time.
Hey, happy birthday, brother.
Hey, thank you so very much. I'm catching up to you, you old man. I'm catching up.
I just turned 21. I don't know what you're talking about.
Catching up to you. So, this was announced a few hours ago, guys. The bannings for historic, pauper, modern, and let's go ahead and check them out. All right, at the top of the list, we are not surprised to see these lovingly 3 cards. Right, we're not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Agent of Treachery for sure was gonna get banned. Like guaranteed.
Yeah, can you either say them or make it a little bigger?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So we got Agent. What format is this?
This is gonna be we're banning historic. This is all historic.
Okay. Oh, so they went from they were already banned, Agent, Winota, and Fires, and they went from they were already suspended, and now they are moving from the suspended list to a permanent ban. So suspended is kind of like a yellow card; it gets banned until they either decide it's okay to come back, or they decide that it's good being banned, so they'll move it to full ban. And then for Nexus of Fate, they just went straight to full ban on that one.
Yeah.
They skipped suspended.
They skipped it. They skipped yellow card. Went straight. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like you're done.
You're done, Zo.
That card is too good.
Cemetery got put on suspended.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Which I don't know why. Why is it because of recursion? Like, do you know more about this card? Is there something about this card that I don't know?
No, just it really puts the Growl deck into some very, very quick starts that are very hard to overcome. So yeah, it has a good pickup, and just like it's just free, you know.
Okay. Because and I'm actually I'm happy with this with a couple of these bannings because especially Winota going into Agent or Fires going into Agent, it's going to be the same problem that we had pre-ban in Standard. And I think Wizards is just trying to clean it up like as soon as it's possible so that you don't have the same problem bleeding into Historic.
Yeah, I definitely I'm okay with everything that's happened in Historic. They're constantly changing it and they're watching it, so seems good.
Yeah, I'm reading right here. It's Gruul aggro staple.
Yeah, it's just a great aggro card to put you really far ahead on turn 2, turn 3.
Okay, let's look at some of these other. Pioneer, Oath of Nisa.
So Oath of Nisa is not banned now. It was banned and it's coming back.
Really?
So this was on suspended, yeah, and now it's back. Because they've made some other bans to Pioneer over the last, X amount of months, and this card was really good in a lot of the early ramp strategies. So yeah, it's giving it another shot. It's not that broken.
Didn't you play this card? I thought you played Oath of Nisa. I felt like you played it.
Very good.
Like a what?
The Green Ponder.
The fact that you get to have all the colors is pretty good. Look at this.
For your planeswalkers, yeah, it's really nice.
Look at this. Super Friends. Card's good. It's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out cool old Pioneer and Modern. What is this? Astro Blade? Arkham's Astro Blade.
Yeah, Astro Blade. Astrolabe, Arkham's Astrolabe, was introduced in the Modern Horizon sets. It's been on everyone's watch list, and they've banned it from multiple. I think they banned it from Legacy already. But it's just so efficient at getting you, you know, the fixing that you need. It activates the Mox Opal when it was around, but it's just a great card overall in those strategies. I don't know. I think it could have stayed and been fine, but I don't play enough Modern to really say yes or no on this one. But I've heard that it's very strong.
Okay, okay. Well, I believe you. I believe you. If you say it's cool, then it's cool. All right. Popper. I've been playing a lot of Popper recently. It's because a lot of the mono red cards that I like tend to live in this world, and with the cheaper end of playing Magic, you get to play more aggro decks, and it gives kind of everyone like a fighting chance, and it feels like very fun again. Like when you start playing these other formats that aren't standard, or that don't involve you investing heavily into rares or mythics. Like if you look at the formats that don't do that, you're gonna have it. Not only do I think they're more fun, but it gives more people an opportunity to innovate and have a good time. Like sure, you get to choose like cards that are, subpar, but then you get to make whatever, you know. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right, Scrap.
for sure. These ones look a little too powerful to me for out common.
And I think Popper, and then nothing else in the standard. They already did. They already did the standard trick. Got rid of everything that was not supposed to be there.
They forgot Teferi, but that's whole another podcast.
They got all the Teferis, right? All
Yeah.
all the Teferis could have went.
But yeah, definitely growth spiral. They mentioned it right there.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, growth spiral.
Where you were just looking at.
They should have banned growth spiral. If they would have banned growth spiral, then that would have been a blow to standard. Like not the blow that they're expecting, because it was toxic, right? It was toxic when you had what's his name, Fires. All the Fires deck was super toxic. Now you have growth spiral, and then it's like the whole format is out of control.
Right, and I think they mention it that it's growth spiral, but they also mentioned that standard is rotating in the fall, so we're gonna just allow it to be. Yeah, I'll be excited to talk about some standard in fall for sure.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good things coming.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Alex. I'll allow it.
You can catch me playing historic. I'm gonna play some historic.
All right, guys, that's gonna be some of our. We're gonna have some historic homework. Find historic list that you think is gonna be lit. Play around in a lot of these other formats if you have the chance.
I say we talk all historic next time.
Historic next week.
Really dive into historic.
Okay, I have some historic friends who are doing historic things, so let's do some historic stuff.
Show us what it's all about.
All right, let's go. Let's try our best to do a historic podcast next week, and that'll be great.
Sounds good, brother. Okay, catch you later.
All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for Alex being part of this great experience here on the podcast, and happy birthday again for you and yours. Appreciate it. Thank you.
YouTube.
Thank you. You guys have a great and safe one.
Have a good 21st birthday. Don't get too drunk.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, Alex, again for joining us along here in Magic in the Morning. Hashtag Magic in the Morning. This is the Alex and Spencer podcast. If you guys are interested in what we do and how we do it, check us out here on. I'm going to make sure we link Alex's. Where is it? I can't even find. Alex doesn't even have his thing on the thing. Alex doesn't have his thing on the thing, but I'll put his information on Twitter, Instagram. There he is.
You can catch me on that.
You can say hi to Alex, everybody. So, Magic in the Morning, this is your #1 place for your tips and tricks on how to save money for free-to-play experience on here on Magic the Gathering Arena. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. We will catch y'all later. Alex, peace. Have a great day, man.
Bye.